Earthbound has its share of crazy, wacky characters, but there's one crazy, wacky character in particular that nobody really even talks about. Of course, I'm talking about the Hint Man. Who is this character? Why does he know so much? In Earthbound, his purpose is to sell Ness hints on what to do next in the game. Today I'm about to tell you why I think the Hint Man is a time traveler. And trust me, I have a theory so ironclad that it will cause such a hullabaloo that MatPat will stop making videos altogether. Yeah, you heard me right. This is going to make Ness's Sans theory look like child's play. In order to demonstrate this theory, we're going to have to delve into the mind of the Hint Man. Took a fine comb to the script of Earthbound, found the most interesting things that the Hint Man has to say, confirming he is a time traveler. Let's take a look. Here's one of the first things the Hint Man says to you. I could give you a great hint for just money. You'd like a hint, wouldn't you? So you're telling me that you don't want a hint? You're either awfully confident or money is too much to pay. Anyway, a young man like you is very unusual these days. If you need a hint, come on back. I'm here all the time. I wonder what he meant by that. Let's check another one. You've got a call from Apple Kid on your receiver phone? What are you doing here so far away from his home? I can't give you any hints, but I'll keep your money. Why does the Hint Man know so much about Ness's life? Is he keeping tabs on him? Is he stalking him? Or is he a time traveler? Let's check another one. Oh, you don't have any money? Don't you understand? This is how I make my living. I can't just give you a hint for free, kid. So not only does he keep track of Ness's life, but this is his business. How much money do you think a Hint Man could actually make anyway? The department store in Forsyth has reopened after being renovated. People say that they have a good variety of things, but the prices are a little bit high. Have you been there yet? These are usually what the Hint Man would say to Ness and friends. Something generic and bland, but it'll get you going in the right direction. But sometimes the Hint Man can be funny. Let's take a look. Saturn Valley is very nice. You should go at least once or twice. I bet you didn't know that. I bet you didn't know the Hint Man coined his own little phrase for Saturn Valley. It seems like you don't know what to do in Saturn Valley. The Mr. Saturn on the second floor of the cave should be able to tell you a password to get into the secret base. Now that sounds like some handy info. Mr. Saturn must have told you to wait for 3 minutes in front of the waterfall. What? You don't know where the waterfall is? The waterfall is actually named Grapefruit Falls. After you exit the tunnel that begins in the Threed Graveyard, go north. You certainly know about the cave to Saturn Valley that is on your right, but you should not go in that cave. Keep going straight north. You'll eventually come to Grapefruit Falls, then patiently wait for 3 minutes. Somehow the Hint Man knew the biggest secret in the game, the one that stumped the most players without the strategy guide. And I'd like to give a props to the Hint Man for actually being in the game, telling us where to go if we get stuck. Earthbound was meant to be played with the strategy guide alongside. It came with one in every copy. So if you rented the game, you were out of luck and you didn't know what to do if you didn't have it with you. So the Hint Man helps us get past those problems. And trust me, it wasn't easy finding out information on the internet, not with our 56K modems back in the 90s. Nowadays, you could just go look up a walkthrough, but back then, you couldn't really do anything. You would be hard-pressed to find anybody else in North America who played Earthbound at the time anyway. This game sold so poorly because Nintendo sabotaged the marketing. Try placing a call to the the Stoic Club. I can't actually believe Nintendo let that one slide. Maybe the writers knew that the Hint Man wouldn't be so popular and would go under the censors of Nintendo. I don't know. Even the developers seem to have neglected Hint Man. Check out this clip from Chugga Conroy.
I'm actually legitimately curious what the Hint Man has to say about the current situation. This is my business, so I'm happy to have customers. Ah, okay, been subtle there. But don't you know where there's a crisis, you shouldn't be wasting your time. The text isn't formatted properly! That's supposed to be a line break where that dot is!
I I really do feel bad for the guy. I mean, all he's trying to do is help Ness out. Well, he's trying to profit from it too, but the police were here looking for you. Did you do something illegal? Head south on the street from my shop and you'll find the Onnet police station. I think it's best if you turn yourself in, no matter what you may have done. If you need to brighten up a dark street, you use... Yep, that's right, a flashlight. Oh, you don't have one? Actually, I knew that you didn't. Well, what comes in handy is something that you picked up in, the pyramid. I forget the name. It's that, whatchamacallit. Oh, crud! If you think Nintendo adding memes to their localizations in the 3DS era was bad, well, check this out. Oh, hey! Have you spoken with, the Tenda? Deep in the cute little Tenda village? Oh my gosh. Really? Are you, really serious? I sound like, a teenage girl. Do you like the way I talk now? That was weird, Nintendo. That was unnecessary. So, have you been out taking any walks lately? Walking is great. It's not good for you to always be riding the bus because it's way too easy. Walk down the road between Dusty Dunes Desert and Fourside. Especially be sure to walk across the bridge. There's nothing quite as exciting as walking across a bridge when you don't know the train schedule. Wow, the hint man literally tells you to take a hike. These days, young people seem to be so indifferent to what's happening in the real world. It's disappointing that you seem to be indifferent about the real world too. For example, if you see someone lying in the street, don't you think that you should really stop and try to help him? That was by far the most profound thing that the hint man has said so far. Was he talking to Ness, or was he talking to the player? You're probably wondering where the time travel theory comes into play here, and I have to admit, I don't really have one for you. I just wanted to give a shout out to the guy who made Earthbound possible for those who couldn't beat it in the past without the internet. Also, I think the guy just deserves some recognition. Earthbound is talked about so much these days, but nobody talks about the Hint Man. You have to admit, Ode to Hint Man isn't exactly a catchy title. Well, if you're still here, you might as well stay till the end, right? Sunken cost theory. Anyway, if you don't mind, could you smash that like button for me so we can get to the top of the Earthbound charts? Well, I have to thank you for all the times that you've used the Hint Shop. It's been a while since I first saw you. This is my final day in business. Well, so long, kid. No, master. See you again, if fate allows it. And fate did allow it, but only in Japan, in Mother 3. Well, that's the video, guys. I appreciate you sticking around to the end. Please hit subscribe, and join me on my next video. Thanks for watching.